As early as the beginning of the year, everyone was excited about the huge chance that XRP would hit $10,000. 0 cents. Well, that guess just got a lot longer. BlackRock's Larry Fink is definitely on board with this. Give it some thought. There's more to it than just $10, 0 cents per XRP. I'm sorry, he's just saying that it's a basic need. Hello and welcome back to the place where you can learn everything about XRP. Before we get into the main part of today's post, let's quickly catch up. Could you do me a favor to join our great group? Just hit the like button, subscribe, and bell button. Also, just so you know, as we get closer to 280 subscribers, we're planning a big XRP giveaway. It's really easy to enter. All you have to do is just follow these 3 easy steps to make sure you get into the giveaway. Don't forget to leave a help coin code in the comments. This is where things get juicy. Think about the fact that big names in finance like BlackRock and Vanguard are now seriously considering using XRP for their international transactions. And don't worry, things will get better. There are rumors that BlackRock will release an ETF that focuses on XRP. Yes, you heard that right. That's not all Larry Fink did, though. He's also looking at the huge real estate market, which is worth $30 trillion, 0 cents. Can you guess what the future holds for it? That's the XRP system is ready to turn everything into tokens. The International Swaps and Traders Association is also going to give a huge $120, 0 cents quadrillion flow to the XRP system and RippleNet. It's not as simple as $10,000, 0 cents per XRP. That's just a joke. The value of each XRP could go through the roof and hit $60, 0 cents. That's really cool. Let's move on to the next part. Larry Fink of BlackRock came as another big surprise. He's not just talking. Things are about to get really big for Ripple and its digital currency, XRP. The next part of our movie has a clip that will get people's attention. BlackRock's move toward an XRP ETF was confirmed by Larry Fink himself. Don't wait any longer. Feel free to watch this clip now. Adding a Bitcoin ETF is one way. We're making it official and making things safer. Do you have another way? You have Ether, which I know, but what about XRP? Could you answer that? Do you not want me to answer that? Sure, I'm afraid I can't. They're making fun of me. We've seen a lot of strange things happen in the crypto world lately, mostly with XRP. Think about this, crypto.com/ the price of XRP went through the roof and hit an amazing $43,000, 0 cents on the world famous market. This isn't a one-time event. XRP's value is going up all the time. Remember last week when we talked about a $7, 0 cents XRP bug at a major exchange? Well, now it's Crypto.com's turn, and it looks like these sudden price jumps for XRP are happening all the time on different markets. Now let's talk about something else I learned after a lot of research that is just as interesting, but has nothing to do with BlackRock or the XRP market surge in general. We'll talk about Gary Gensler, the famous SEC head who replaced Jake Clinton. As most of you already know, Gensler always puts XRP in the security category. This is where things get interesting. Robert M. Gensler is Gary Gensler's twin brother. They are the same age and look a lot alike. Robert is vice president of Troll Price, which is a very important job. If you look a little more closely, you'll see that Troll Price is one of the biggest investment firms putting a lot of money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and yes, XRP. There's a strange link here. The head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, keeps calling X, but his twin brother works for an investment firm that has a lot of money invested in XRP and other cryptocurrencies. It's an interesting contrast that makes me think about how complicated the world of cryptocurrency investments and laws really is. Now we have an exciting choice. Robert Gensler, vice president of Troll Price, may know something about XRP's potential that no one else does. Now, this idea makes sense when you consider how much the company has invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. The SEC says there is no such thing as insider trading, but there are many stories that say otherwise. the SEC has been caught manipulating the market and trading on inside information, these investigations have often shown that the SEC is doing wrong things. It seems like a pattern is forming. SEC employees are telling their family and friends about which digital assets might soon no longer be considered stocks. When the asset is officially declared a non-security, its value goes through the roof, making the SEC employees and their family and friends rich by buying low and selling high. And in this case, let's think about the possibility that Robert and Gary Gensler got inside information from each other about how the SEC might lose a case against XRP. Smart buyers should take advantage of this chance to buy XRP, but seeing the TRO add more money to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most importantly XRP adds another layer to the story. People in the cryptocurrency community are speculating that XRP could reach unbelievable highs like $10,000, 0 cents, $20, 0 cents, or even $60, 0 cents. Analysts who have been bullish on XRP like Jack the Rippler think its value will skyrocket and could even go over $5.89. While this prediction is very bold, it shows how much people are interested in and guessing about XRP and its possibilities in the cryptocurrency market. Wall Street wants a piece of the XRP pie because it's so profitable, in my opinion. I think the first big move will be an XRP ETF, but let's take a deeper look at this change. An expert at Crypto Basic told us that JP Morgan has made a big move into XRP, which has caught the attention of a former head of Ripple. This discovery made me raise an eyebrow, and we need to talk about it. Here's the story. Some people were upset when Ben Armstrong, who used to work for the BitBoy crypto brand, said that JP Morgan might have invested in XRP. This led an executive director to respond. Armstrong, who is famous in the crypto world, wrote a series of posts about it in which he says that JP Morgan has bought 7.5 million XRP tokens, and now Armstrong says that this move is worth about 7.5% of all of JP Morgan's wealth, but this math doesn't make sense at all to show you how much 7.5 million XRP is worth right now. That $460 million, 0 cents, isn't even close to 7.5% of JP Morgan's wealth. Armstrong's math doesn't quite work out when you think about how big JP Morgan's assets are. $3 trillion, 0 cents as of 2023. However, Armstrong stresses how important it is that JP Morgan is supposedly stockpiling XRP as part of a plan. He thinks this makes JP Morgan an up-and-coming Bitcoin powerhouse so far. Some say that big Wall Street banks like JP Morgan might be interested in getting involved in crypto, especially with XRP. The math may not be quite right, though, because big banks getting involved in crypto isn't just a possibility. It's part of a bigger